Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to practice using Hess's Law. Hess's Law states that the enthalpy change for a reaction relies only on the reactants and products, regardless of the pathway between them. For example here, we can go straight from A to B and we will have an enthalpy change of delta H1. However, if we go from A to C and then C to B, this will have overall the same enthalpy change if we add together the enthalpy changes for A to C and C to B. Likewise, if we go from A to D and then from D to E and E to B, if we add up all three enthalpy changes, it will be the same as taking the direct route from A to B. This is a useful fact to know when you're trying to look at the enthalpy change for a reaction, which in reality couldn't happen and you would have to go via other routes, such as combustion reactions, which can be measured. Let's have a look at a common type of example. Here we're looking at the enthalpy of formation for ethanol. This is the enthalpy of formation. This means that we are making the ethanol from the elements in their standard states. In reality, we cannot do this. So to work out the enthalpy change, we have to have a look at the combustion enthalpies. If we first look at the enthalpy of combustion for carbon, we can see that the value is negative 394 kilojoules per mole. We need to compare this equation to the overall enthalpy of formation equation. We can see that the carbon is on the correct side. However, we require 2 carbons rather than 1. So we multiply this whole equation and the enthalpy value by 2. If we now look at the hydrogen, then we can see that the hydrogen is also on the correct side, but we require 3 moles of hydrogen, not 1. So we multiply the whole equation, including the enthalpy value, by 3. For the combustion of ethanol, we can see that the ethanol is not on the correct side of the equation. This means that we need to reverse the equation by multiplying by negative 1. We then do the same to the value for the enthalpy and multiply that by negative 1 also. We then take the values and we multiply them by the coefficients that we decided earlier on. Once we've done this, we then add together the values that we have then calculated to give us the overall enthalpy change for the formation of ethanol. Have a go now at some practice examples. Thank you for watching my video. I hope that you found it helpful. Please remember to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Bye for now.